Good evening, Florida, and welcome to Coastal Conservative News, where truth has a backbone and freedom still has a home. I'm Michelle Posey.
And I'm Allie Leger. We're bringing you the bold stories, the real headlines, and the voices that matter most, right here from the heart of the free state of Florida.
Yes, and it's literally from Tallahassee to the Sun Coast. We are tracking the political shifts, the community victories, and the constitutional battles shaping the future of our state and really our nation, Allie.
Absolutely. So buckle up. It's time to get informed, get fired up, and get involved. This is CCN, Coastal Conservative News.
All right, let's kick things off today with Katie and your week in review.
Hello, Patriots. This is Katie with CCN's Week in Review. Big shakeup on Sarasota County School Board. Chair Tim Enos is stepping down August 24th to return as Chief of Police for the district's school police department. Enos says his heart has always been in protecting students, but some are asking, why leave now? Critics say he's abandoning our children at a critical time. Is this responsible? His departure leaves an open seat, and under Florida law, Governor Ron DeSantis will choose his replacement. Until then, the community is on edge, waiting to see who will step in. We'll monitor this story as it unfolds. Last week, we brought you the story of 18-year-old Giovanni Pelletier missing from Manatee County after sending his mother a desperate text saying, "Help me." We now have a heartbreaking update. Giovanni has been found in a Bradenton pond. Dental records have confirmed his identity. The cause of death remains under investigation. His family, who located him themselves, is now calling for the FBI to get involved. Our thoughts are with Giovanni's loved ones during this incredibly difficult time. We will continue to bring you the latest developments as they break. Coming next spring, our very own Manatee County Sheriff's Department will be featured on the long-running reality TV show Cops. TV crews have been riding along with deputies across the county, capturing everything from high-risk calls to community events, giving viewers a look at the daily work of local law enforcement. Coastal Conservative News proudly stands with law enforcement. I'm definitely excited for this one. Florida Attorney General James Uthmeier is taking a bold step to protect our children. He's proposing the Protecting Kids from Predators Pursuing Parenthood Act, aimed at closing dangerous loopholes that allow convicted sex offenders and even animal abusers to gain parental rights through surrogacy, adoption, or foster care. The proposal comes after a shocking case like the registered sex offender in Pennsylvania that legally obtained a child through surrogacy. Uthmeier says this cannot be allowed to happen here in Florida. He plans to propose this with lawmakers in the upcoming 2026 session. Coastal Conservative News proudly stands with Uthmeier and thanks for his dedication to keeping Florida's children safe. Sarasota County School Board member Tom Edwards recently became executive director of a nonprofit group called Project Pride Sarasota. A majority of Sarasota community members are questioning the arrangement. Is it appropriate for a senior citizen like Edwards to lead a program that interacts with the youth regarding sex? Who's funding these incentives? Is it crossing the line into grooming behavior? Is this helping children or hurting them? Well, we know Tom Edwards' history of pushing his personal agenda. This nonprofit must be examined closely to determine if it's truly in the best interest of our children. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week here on CCN.
Hi. Hello, how are you?
We are here to get an IV.
An IV. I heard you have an IV room?
Yeah, absolutely. You just head right back this way. So what?
Awesome. Thank you. Knock, knock. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, this
Hi,
is Al.
Allie. Nice to see you.
How can I help you? We're stressed. We're moms. We've got multitasking going on. I feel like I fall victim to like a brain fog a little bit. I don't know if that's my age or whatnot.
You need a little bit of clarity, a little bit of energy.
Yep.
Right?
Is there of an IV that you would recommend for that? Thank you.
call this the brainstorm.
The brainstorm.
The brainstorm.
Come visit We the People Health and Wellness Center.
Where medical freedom exists.
Welcome back to CCN. Thank you, Katie, for that report. My goodness, we could be looking at a very explosive appointment. We never know what will happen.
And school boards are very important, so we'll keep our eyes tuned to that.
Absolutely. Now here is Raj Dorswamy with our Suncoast Community segment.
Welcome, my friends. We are just in the aftermath of a massive explosion of citizen involvement. This is exciting stuff all over the state and even in the country. People who previously were not engaged are now getting engaged, and organizations are rising up and providing leadership in their local area. And to talk about that with me, I'm just delighted to have Dorothy Kraft. How are you, Dorothy?
I'm good. It's good to be here. Thanks for having me.
You are so welcome. So Dorothy is actually with a phenomenal organization. You're going to learn all about that. And I'm here to talk to you about specifically a night of action. A night of action. You can hear all about it. Let's get right into it, Dorothy. Tell me a little bit about what your team in Marion County is putting together right here in a few weeks.
Yeah, we're really excited. We talk a lot of times we talk about doing something, but on Friday, September 14th from 5 to 7 at our Revived Church, we're actually going to do something. It's actionable. We're going to worship and seek the Lord for our county, which is Martin County, and specifically here in Stewart. And then we're going to move into a time of just really starting to talk about what we can do in that community. We want to do actionable things. So we're going to have a special guest. He's actually coming in, Nate Schatzline. He's going to be coming in from Texas. And that's where the movement was actually birthed, was out of the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area. And he is now a current Texas state representative. And this movement was birthed. Now they are having chapters across the country, and we happen to be the first one in Florida. We hope to get one in every single 67 counties. So that's the goal. And, we start to take over our local area, then you start to take over your state, and then you take over the nation. So that's the goal, is to really get people involved on the local level. And so you come, and then we show you what the actions are, or show you how you can join in and be a part of that. That's the night of action.
So exciting. And this is phenomenal. So we had an opportunity to have you and your pastor at the Reclaim campaign event in Venice. So privileged that you guys would come. And your ministry over there, where you guys are, is amazing. This is the website here for the organization. And I just want to maybe show, if you could just let people know what is at the heart of this effort. It's just not you, it's your pastor, it's your leadership team. You guys are very focused on turning your county, state around. What's driving that?
Yeah, we just have a heart to see the culture changed within our community. We know that as much as we look at the presidential elections or those national elections, it's really the local elections that affect our everyday life. And so it's us getting people on the school board. There's 5 school board positions in Martin County. I know you have Marion up there, but it's actually Martin, Martin. Anyways, we actually had, out of those 5 seats, we hold 2 from our church. So we have people that are already going ahead and, throwing their hat in the ring and being a part of this change of culture. And we also have somebody that we helped get on one of our city councils. Now we're looking at county commissioners. These are the folks that really make your everyday decisions. And it really starts on the local level. It's with your judges, it's with the commissioners, it's with the school board seats, it's with all of that.
Absolutely true. And you guys also have something called Campaign University. That is so exciting. What is that?
Yeah, so we have with the groups or anybody in the community, we have what we call a friends and family list. So if you are associated with anybody who's maybe ever thought about running, or maybe you are a behind the scenes person who just wants to get involved and throw all your skills or the things that you, or this passion that you have for your community, it's a way for you to get educated so that either a candidate goes through our campaign university. So we walk alongside of you. You are not doing this by yourself. We're educating you on what it is that you're kind of getting into. Some people are like, hey, I would love to run, but I don't know if I have what it takes or if I know what I'm getting into. So Campaign University walks you through all of that. It's a training, it's an educational process. And then those that want to come alongside, I always laugh and say, I just want to be the Susie Wiles. I could only hope to be as good as her, but she actually is homegrown here in Florida. So we love her. And she's the chief of staff, but she was also the campaign manager for Trump. And so for me, I have a lot of really good gifts that are used behind the scenes and to make things happen. So again, wherever you're at, whether you want to be a candidate or you just want to help on a campaign, you are very much needed. And we will walk you through that process of Campaign University, helps get you equipped for that.
Fantastic. It's fun. This is exactly how you become the dominant voice in your county. I don't know, why would we want to be the dominant voice? Because if you're not the dominant voice, the opposition is. And if you look around your county and you think that that's the case, with regard to what's happening in your schools, your politics, your business, is it corrupt? Is it not corrupt? That is a function of how your light is shining brightly or not. So this is so exciting. Now let's go back to Nate Schatzline over there.
Yeah.
And you said that he's a founder. Did you say that you guys have got over 100 candidates put in office already?
Through their Campaign University process, they actually have gotten over 100 candidates put into office that hold our Christian conservative values. One of the things that I learned from your Reclaim event that you had there in Venice, and it was something that I hadn't really ever thought about, is it's one thing to have a Republican, it's another thing to have a rhino. And whenever you're trying to go up against your own party, it can be pretty difficult. So here we are saying, you know what, we're going to look at our primaries and we're going to say, we're looking at, okay, just because you're Republican and you align more with who our values are, doesn't mean that you're still the right person for that position, or that we could fully endorse you because maybe some of your beliefs that you have. So we are there. The whole point for Liberty and Justice is a faith-based organization to get our Christian values, to change the culture, even one seat at a time. It doesn't matter. So that's the point, is that we want to get, it doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat, it makes no difference. We want Christian conservative values in our candidates.
Powerfully said. So look, guys, as we wrap this up here, Martin County Night of Action, I want you to please go to this website right now. This one right here, right now. reviveusnow.com/ministries/liberty-justice. Take a screenshot, take a picture with your phone, get that handled. This is phenomenal. The guy who started
Nate will
this
be at that event. I don't know if we've mentioned that or not. Nate will actually be here at our event.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
This is good. I'm glad you mentioned that. So this gentleman here, Nate Schatzline, successful leader, currently in the Texas State of Representatives, District 93. This is his picture. Talk about going loud with your Christian values. I love this. Not only that, these guys are reproducing themselves. Over 100 candidates already in place.
Yes.
So if you're watching this, I know that you have an interest in taking over your community with regard to making sure that it represents light, love, fairness, transparency, and justice. You guys have got to be at this event. Make the trip, travel, get a hotel, do it, and do it now. When is it taking place? It is taking place on September 14th. You can see it right there on the crawler down there. Also, our partner, our mutual friend, Robert Goodman from Citizens Defending Freedom, they also have an event. That's September 9th, 6:30 p.m. September 9th, 6:30 p.m. Links to that are going to be in the comments. So put that on your calendar. Most importantly, my friends, get to this event. Get yourself registered. Get your hotel taken care of. Make yourself there. The networking that's going to be there, connecting with Nate Shastline, seeing how he is creating such a wildfire in Texas, connecting with the pastoral staff at Revive Church. Let's put them back on the screen here. You know, it takes massive courage to be a pastor of a pretty large organization here and not be afraid to put on this kind of an event. So you guys need to meet this pastor. If you're a pastor, you need to meet this pastor as well, and just steal his courage, steal his conviction, steal it, borrow it, whatever, but make yourself there. So Dorothy, thank you for being here. So glad you're here. We got 30 seconds to wrap up. What's the last thing you want to say?
I just want to say that this is the time to be bold with our faith. One of the things that Nate said that it resounded within me is he said, you know what, if we don't stand up, we are the patriots of today. If we don't stand up as the ecclesia, as the church, there is nobody coming. There's nobody else. It's us. Nobody else is coming.
And there you have it. You got the dates right there. You got the website right there. We want to see you there. Dorothy, thank you very much. Thank you to your pastoral team for having the courage, conviction, and dedicating the resources to make this event happen. Looking forward to having you on this show again very soon. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj, for that report. It's good to see churches and the faith community kind of jump on board with understanding that they do have a role to play in civic responsibility, right?
Absolutely, especially now that churches can endorse as
That's
per
right.
the SCOTUS. So.
That's right. It's exciting. Next up is our Political Pulse segment right here on CCN.
Welcome back to Coastal Conservative News. I'm Allie Leger. This is Political Pulse, where we cut through the noise and get straight to the heart of the Free State.
We do, and I'm Michelle Posey. Tonight, students are back in the classroom. You can tell because traffic is a little bit thicker in the morning.
Yes.
We've obviously got a lot of school buses out on the road, but local governments are also defying law. There's also calls for serious tax relief here in the state. Big wins for law enforcement are coming up, and Allie, Florida is leading the way in deportations.
I am not shocked at all. It's all about leadership, accountability, and keeping Florida first. Let's get started in the classroom.
All right, school's back in session, and Education Commissioner Stausi Kamutsas welcomed students at DeSoto Trail Elementary School this week. Take a look.
It's great to be at DeSoto Trail Elementary School on the first day of school for the 25-26 school year. We're here excited, welcoming our parents and our students back, and looking forward to seeing all our teachers and the great work they're going to do this year. So excited for the upcoming school year, and I look forward to seeing all the great results as we did last year. So looking forward to an upcoming exciting school year.
The commissioner's optimism isn't unfounded. Last year, every school in the state saw better grade scores thanks to legislation putting parents back in charge and expanding education models for every student.
That's right. Education is not one size fits all. That's Florida proving that when you raise the standards and empower parents, guess what? Students succeed. That's pretty awesome.
Absolutely. Now, from education to environmental overreach, Manatee County commissioners are openly defying state law and Governor Ron DeSantis.
That's right. They're moving to pass two ordinances. One, doubling wetland buffers far beyond the state standards, and another, banning development outside the county's future growth boundary, repealing an existing ordinance.
This directly violates Florida's hurricane recovery law, and more seriously, their oath of office grounds for removal by the governor. Could we see one?
Nobody wants to see. I mean, those barriers are put in place for a reason. We don't want growth at all cost. And they know it's illegal, Allie, but they're pushing forward anyway. This isn't protecting the environment. It's political grandstanding and stifles recovery and growth and hurts their constituency, really. It does.
Absolutely. Now, while Manatee is ignoring the law, Jacksonville is feeling the heat from the Florida Department of Government Efficiency, better known as Florida Doge.
The CFO Blaise Ingoglia's team is scouring local governments for waste, theft, fraud, and abuse, focusing on hidden expenses.
Now, while the $775 million stadium deal escaped scrutiny for being highly publicized, A new $180,000 a year mayoral position, the chief of analytics, has drawn attention. Why? It's filled by the same person who previously held the defunded director of diversity and inclusion role.
This is why watchdogs matter and why pit bull moms also matter. So positions aren't just rebranded, right? To keep the same political hires in power, and that DEI dies, literally. There is no place for discrimination of any kind.
Absolutely. Speaking of accountability, Floridians are fed up with property taxes.
A new Jacksonville poll shows 69% of you guys think property taxes are far too high, and 78% support lowering them. Take a look at this.
Protect the taxpayer. There is no such thing as government money. It's our money. It's taxpayers' money. Stop listening to bureaucrats and start listening to your gut instincts. If it sounded like a bad idea when you were running for office, rest assured it is still a bad idea now after you got elected. Be a friend to the taxpayer, not an apologist for big government. Question everything. Let's prove we are on the side of the taxpayer by offering them real property relief next year. In fact, let's do everything that we can to get property taxes gone for those homesteaded properties.
CFO Ingoglia is calling on lawmakers to stop apologizing for big government and go all in, eliminating property taxes on homestead properties entirely.
I mean, that's bold and exactly what hardworking Floridians need in the middle of that old Biden inflation and rising costs that we started to see. Plus, let's face it, a lot of people here in Florida are on fixed income. We have a large retirement community.
Oh, that is very true. Florida's newest Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins joined Governor DeSantis and State Attorney Susie Lopez in Hillsborough County to announce $5,000 bonuses for 40 deputies, which is part of a statewide recruitment push.
That's exciting. Across the state, 755 bonuses will be awarded. Sheriff Chad Chronister says his department is now fully staffed for the first time in 33 years.
Oh, that's incredible. And congratulations to Lieutenant Governor Jay
That's
Collins.
exciting.
Recruiting top talent and keeping communities safe. That's Florida's leadership in action.
That's right. Okay, guys, from keeping streets safe to securing our borders, Florida has launched the Deportation Depot at Baker Correctional Institute. This is great.
This facility processes and stages criminal illegal aliens for return to their home countries. Take a look.
So I'm here to announce today that we are authorizing and will be soon opening this new illegal immigration detention, processing, and deportation facility here in North Florida. We are calling this the Deportation Depot. It is going to be located here at Baker Correctional Institute. And again, the reason of this is not to just house people indefinitely. We want to process, stage, and then return illegal aliens to their home country. That is the name of the game. And that's what we do in Florida. We know that this is an important national priority, not only of President Trump, but of the American people. Of all the issues in the election, I can tell you this immigration and border issue was either the top or right near the top on all people's minds. And so we have identified this location. It'll be able to hold more than 1,300 illegal alien detainees. You will have the same services that you have at Alligator Alcatraz. Costs will be reimbursed by our federal partners. And as I mentioned, Lake City Airport is just right down the road. It's 15 minutes away. This is something that the Division of Emergency Management worked very quickly on. This will be operational soon. It's not going to take forever, but we're also not rushing to do it right this day. They're doing what they need to do to get it done in all deliberate speed. So I'm proud of them for their work. Florida's making a difference. This is a priority for the people of our state. It's a priority for the people of this country. And I don't want to see any more angel moms in Florida like Cayenne who lost a loved one because the laws weren't being enforced. We have an administration that's committed to doing that in Washington, and no state has done more to support that effort than we have in the state of Florida.
Governor DeSantis calls immigration the #1 issue for Americans and says Florida is leading the nation in deportations. We lead the nation in a lot of things.
Yeah, I am not surprised. As Lieutenant Governor Jay Collins has said, when Florida leads, the nation wins.
That's right.
This is about law and order and putting the safety of Floridians ahead of Washington politics.
Yeah, and finally, guys, the FDA came to Florida this week, joining Surgeon General Joseph Ladapo, Agricultural Commissioner Wilton Simpson, and Attorney General Uthmeier to take on a dangerous drug called 7-OH kratom.
Yeah. This chemically enhanced form is 13 times stronger than morphine and has been marketed to children. It's now reclassified as a Schedule I drug pulled from shelves all across Florida.
When leaders work together to protect families and our children, lives are saved. That's how it should be.
Absolutely. We are thankful for their efforts in doing this to keep our children safe, for sure.
Yes, definitely.
Now, from our classrooms to our county commissioners, our budgets to our borders, Florida is leading, protecting, and pushing back.
And while others cave to political pressure, the free state of Florida doubles down on freedom, safety, and opportunity.
And for Political Pulse, I'm Allie Leger. Stay free and stay informed.
That's right, and I'm Michelle Posey. God bless you. God bless the great state of Florida.
They've censored the truth, manipulated the narrative, and told you to sit down and shut up.
But not here, not on our mic.
Open Mic with Allie and Michelle is the podcast where free speech lives, patriotism thrives, and the truth doesn't whisper, it roars.
That's right. We break down the stories the media buries, the policies that threaten your freedom, and the culture chaos Gen Z is waking up to literally every day.
From whistleblower exposés and global conflicts to the spiritual war on masculinity, we don't just talk about it, we say what they won't.
That's right. If you're tired of soft takes, scripted spin, and really plastic politics, it's time to tune in and turn up.
Because this mic is always open.
And now we will go to Kevin Gamble with this week's Faith in Focus.
Hello and welcome to Faith in Focus. Today we're exploring the fascinating world of biblical archaeology. From ancient texts to monumental structures, we'll uncover how recent discoveries, including a stunning mosaic inscription declaring Jesus is God, found beneath a prison in Israel, connect us to the people and places in Scripture. So let's dig in. First, let's talk about the Nag Hammadi Library, discovered in 1945 in Egypt. This collection of 13 codices contains over 50 early Christian and Gnostic texts, including the Gospel of Thomas. These 2nd to 4th century writings offer a glimpse into diverse early Christian thought. Though they're not part of the canonical Bible, why were they buried? Some scholars suggest they were hidden to protect them from destruction during debates over orthodoxy. These texts challenge us to think about the complexities of early Christian belief and how the canon was formed. Next, we head to Syria, the Ayin Dara Temple, a 10th century BCE structure with striking parallels to Solomon's temple described in 1 Kings. Its massive basalt lion statues and similar layout, complete with Holy of Holies, suggest shared cultural influences in the ancient Near East. While not a biblical site, it helps us visualize what Solomon's temple might have looked like, grounding the biblical narrative in a tangible historical context. Now let's move to Israel and the Tel Dan David Stela, a game changer in biblical archaeology. Found in 1993, this 9th century BCE Aramaic inscription mentions the House of David, providing the first extra-biblical evidence of King David's dynasty. Erected by an Aramean king like Hazael, it boasts of victories over Israel and Judah, confirming David as a historical figure. This discovery silenced many skeptics who questioned the Bible's historicity and remains a cornerstone of biblical archaeology. Let's shift to Galilee and the Mona Lisa of Galilee, a breathtaking 4th century CE mosaic from Sepphoris. This intricate floor depicting a woman's face reflects the vibrant Jewish and early Christian culture of the region. While not directly tied to a biblical figure, its location near Nazareth suggests the kind of artistic world Jesus and his followers may have known, blending Roman, Jewish, and emerging Christian influences. Nearby, in Capernaum, we find Peter's house, a first-century dwelling archaeologists believe belonged to the Apostle Peter. Excavations revealed a simple fisherman's home transformed into a house church by the 4th century, with inscriptions mentioning Jesus and Peter. Its significance lies in connecting us to the everyday life of Jesus' disciples, making the gospel setting feel real and relatable. Then there's the Siloam pool in Jerusalem, where John 9 tells us Jesus healed a blind man. Uncovered in 2004, this large pool with steps leading to the water matches the biblical description. It was a vital water source in ancient Jerusalem, and standing there today, you can almost hear the crowds and feel the weight of that miracle. Now let's travel to Ashkelon's Arched Gate, one of the oldest arched city gates in the world, dating to the 19th century BCE. This Canaanite structure predates the Israelites, but sets the stage for the biblical world Abraham entered. Its massive mud brick arch shows the advanced engineering of the time, reminding us of the complex societies the patriarchs navigated. No discussion of biblical archaeology is complete without the Dead Sea Scrolls. Discovered in the 1940s near Qumran, these 2nd century BCE to 1st century CE texts include the oldest known copies of Hebrew scriptures like Isaiah alongside sectarian writings. They reveal the diversity of Jewish thought before Jesus and confirm the remarkable preservation of the biblical texts we have today. In Magdala, we find the 2 synagogues, one from the 1st century CE and another later structure. The earlier synagogue, likely used during Jesus' ministry, features a unique stone table, possibly for Torah readings. Magdala, home to Mary Magdalene, brings us closer to the world where Jesus taught, showing how central synagogues were to Jewish life. Now back to Jerusalem. The Siloam inscription and Hezekiah's tunnel offer a direct link to the Old Testament. The Siloam inscription found in the tunnel describes its construction around 700 BCE to secure Jerusalem's water supply during an Assyrian siege, as mentioned in 2 Kings 20:20. Walking through the 1,750-foot tunnel through solid rock, you can sense King Hezekiah's urgency and faith in protecting his city. Jerusalem itself, particularly the city of David, is a treasure trove of biblical history. Excavations here have uncovered Bronze Age walls, a possible place of David, and a ritual structure from the First Temple period with an altar and standing stone. These finds paint a picture of thriving city under David and Solomon, aligning with the biblical account. And now a recent bombshell. An ancient Mosaic inscription declaring Jesus is God was discovered beneath a prison in Megiddo, Israel. Dating to the 3rd century CE, this is one of the earliest archaeological references to Jesus' divinity, found in what may be the oldest Christian prayer hall. Inscribed by a Roman officer, it reflects the bold faith of early Christians in a pagan world, offering a powerful testament to the spread of Christianity. Other recent finds include a Second Temple period receipt from the city of David, a chalk stone slab, likely used for sales records, showing the daily life of Jerusalem's inhabitants. These artifacts, big and small, weave together a tapestry of faith, history, and culture. From the Nag Hammadi text to the Jesus is God mosaic, these discoveries remind us that the Bible isn't just a book of faith, it's rooted in real places, people, and events. They invite us to explore the past with curiosity and trust that God's story is etched not just in Scripture, but in the stones beneath our feet. Thank you for joining me on Faith in Focus. Until next time, keep seeking, keep digging, and keep the faith. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for keeping our faith front and center, as always.
You know, not many news organizations will feature a faith segment. I'd like to think that as we continue to do this, maybe as in Raj Doraiswamy's segment that he reported, maybe this will give churches more, more freedom to feel like they can talk about politics and how they're going to vote. I think that's exciting. For Coastal Conservative News, guys, I'm Michelle Posey.
And I'm Allie Leger.
We'll see you next week at 7 p.m. Have a great weekend.
God bless you, and God bless the great state of Florida.